This video originates from Calgary, in Alberta, Canada. Students usually head to lunch with their friends in the afternoon at food joints scattered all throughout town. It's crazy to think how one accident in that area could lead to a lot of lives being taken. Here's what happened. A car dramatically crashed into a Little Caesars in northwest Calgary on Thursday afternoon, shattering the front window and ending up inside the store. Fortunately, the incident occurred just before the students' lunch hour, narrowly avoiding a potentially more serious situation. Police believe the crash was an accident, and if it had happened at a slightly different time of day, the outcome could have been much worse. Scientists say that humans are sitting at the top of the food chain like the other apex predators. Because of how much we've advanced, we don't have any predators, but go back a few million years and you'll realize how vulnerable we used to be when there were beasts like bears, lions, and vultures around with only sticks and stones to defend ourselves. In this next clip, a man encounters a bear in the wild. Here's what he did. In the video, a black bear cub seems ready to attack. It had been separated from its mother recently, so it's feeling protective and territorial without her around to keep him safe. Despite this, the man showed great courage and didn't stop fighting until the bear ran away. It's often advised to play dead if you come across a brown bear, but if it's a black bear, experts recommend fighting back. We have to talk about paragliding and the thrill it brings to daredevils. Having nothing but an oversized paper plane on your back to keep you in the air is exhilarating, but it's not without its risks either. This paragliding expert encountered a grave accident that could have cost him his life. Watch what happens next. The video almost turned into a paragliding disaster. The paraglider, who had about 5 years of experience and less than 500 flights of 10-15 minutes each, claimed that everything was in order. The lines were checked and adjusted 5 months ago using the loop technique, and the fabric's porosity was measured at 106 seconds after the accident. At first, it seemed like a normal paragliding trip. The pilot and passenger were smoothly gliding with the wind, but then the pilot began to spiral and within seconds lost control, drifting away from the passenger. After a long and chaotic struggle that nearly traumatized the passenger, they finally landed. Well, more likely fell to the ground, but both were safe with just a few scratches. One of the worst fears of a driver is to have his car break down in oncoming traffic, but an even worse fear is having that car break down on train tracks when a train is approaching it. This man's car unfortunately broke down in Devonport, Tasmania, on the railway when a train was rushing in from the other side. Here's what happened.
Oh my God!
A thrilling incident happened early Wednesday at Stony Rise Road in Devonport, Tasmania. At 6 a.m, the driver of a white Toyota Hilux jumped out just before a train hit the vehicle, pushing it 60 meters along the track. Luckily, no one was seriously hurt, and an ambulance arrived quickly. Tasmania police are looking into what caused the accident. The wrecked Hilux had been towed away. Inspector Shane Lefevre said the driver might have been trying to avoid something on the road and got stuck on the tracks. Truck drivers are given strict instructions to never go under bridges when their vehicle payload height exceeds the allowed measurement. However, some drivers try to skim past that, thinking that a few inches don't matter that much. The driver in this clip got into a nasty accident when he decided to take his tall truck through the underside of a concrete bridge. Have a look.
Voglio vedere se passa. Diretta davanti a me, direttissima, io l'avevo visto, sapevo che qua c'era il cavalcavia basso, Dio canta. Porca puttana. Niente da fare, secondo me quello là non è finito bene. C'è il telescopico là di là, vacca boia.
A truck driver, unaware of the impending disaster, attempted to drive under a concrete bridge. Unfortunately, the truck's lifter was too high to clear the underpass. It struck the bridge, breaking the tension cable that supported the beam. With the cables snapped, the entire beam collapsed and fell onto the truck. When tension cables break, they release their force suddenly, causing significant damage, which is exactly what happened here. The scene was chaotic, with the fallen beam crushing the truck. The survival of the driver is unknown, but there is hope, since the truck's cab was pushed back and separated from the impact. The damage caused a crack to extend from the missing chunk of the bridge to the bottom of the deck, raising concerns as cars continued to drive over it. Thankfully, no further damage occurred, and the bridge was closed for repairs to ensure safety before reopening.